Loving pranams at Bhagwan's divine lotus feet. Let's now continue with the fourth teaching technique, storytelling in Bal Vikas. In the olden days, there used to be joint families with grandmas and grandpas to tell stories to children from epics like the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Puranas. These days, with increasing trends of nuclear families where parents get busy with their course, their jobs, and kids busy with assignments, mobile phones and internet, value-based stories are missing. Especially narrating the story with all emotions and feelings is now the task of a Bal Vikas guru. The most important ingredient in the joint family used to be love, which is now missing in every house. Earlier, it used to be a home with deep affection and bonding among the family members. But nowadays, in the internet era, the home has just become a house, a brick and cement structure. Each person minds his own business. He is busy with his own mobile phone, and because of all these things, our ancient values have been lost in chatting, idling, scrolling the phones, and all this is happening in the midst of a hectic daily schedule. Especially the value of love has to be regenerated. Love is a manifestation of truth. Love hates no one. In fact, love unites everyone. Ekatma darshanam prema. Seeing the oneness of all beings is love in the truest sense of the word. If thoughts are immersed in love, truth will manifest in our hearts. If our acts are suffused with love, then all our acts exhibit righteousness. If our feelings are soaked in love, then we'll be able to enjoy peace. If we are able to understand the principle of love in the all-pervading nature, then non-violence will envelop us and it will be present in all our endeavors. So love is the undercurrent of all values, providing them divine quality. There are many sub-values that come under love. One of them is kindness. It is through Bal Vikas and the value-based stories that our children, the future citizens of our country and worldwide, can really learn and live the message of the Lord. In our Bal Vikas textbook, there is a real-life story of kindness to animals, and this engraves the value of love towards animals in the young minds. It's the story of Sir Isaac Newton. All of us have heard of Sir Isaac Newton, isn't it? We know of him as a great scientist that has spent most of his time doing research on mathematics and science. But we have seldom heard of him as a kind-hearted gentleman. This is a story of the loving side of this great scientist. What made him great? Let's see. He had a dog called Diamond. He loved the dog as dearly as anyone would love a friend. Though Diamond was a dumb creature, dumb animal, he didn't treat it so. He considered Diamond as a family member. One night, Newton was working alone on some important problem, undisturbed by anyone, at his table. He had been working on it for quite a long time, say for a few months or almost a year. He was very happy that he had finally solved it successfully. Then he thought of going out for some time to enjoy a little fresh air. He bundled up all his papers, put them in the file which contained his previous research papers also, and then he got up to leave the room. Diamond was lying under the table all the time. Seeing Newton leave the room, It also decided to join its master. But when it leapt towards the door, unknowingly, it gave a strong jerk to the table. There was a burning candle on the table and it fell directly on the bundle of Newton's research papers and it caught fire. By the time Newton saw the burning fires and rushed in to extinguish the flames, the file containing his research of many years had been reduced to ashes. Newton was shocked to see that all his hard work and valuable research of many years had been simply lost. He stared at the dog, which was sniffing at the burnt papers on the table and wagging its tail. But his love took the upper hand. Without any trace of anger, he patted his friend and said, "Oh, my dear Diamond, you will never know what mischief you have done." He said mischief and not mistake. He didn't consider it to be dog's mistake at all. Such forgiving, loving nature and the patience of Newton really made him great and helped him to rise to great heights and become the world famous scientist of all times. We can ask children what they would have done if they were in Newton's place, or why did Newton forgive the dog instead of punishing it? Why? This shows his ability to love all beings at all times. From where did this fountain of love spring forth within him? Swami says that Newton's love for God expressed as love for all beings. God loves those who love all and serve all. Though Newton was a scientist, he was not an atheist. He had a scientist friend who was an atheist, a strong disbeliever of God. So, Newton hit upon an idea to change his friend's mind. He prepared a model of the solar system in his laboratory before his friend arrived the next day morning. His friend was delighted to see such a beautiful model of the solar system. As soon as Newton arrived, he asked him, "Who prepared this model?" Newton said, "Nobody. It just manifested itself." His friend laughed at this joke and said, "Stop kidding. Tell me who prepared it." Newton's reply was the same. He said, "Nobody prepared it." His friend got serious and said, "Scientifically and logically, that's impossible. How can a thing appear on its own without anyone creating it?" Newton caught this point and said, "That's the whole point. If a simple model of a solar system is to be created by someone, don't you think that this whole universe has been created by someone?" That was a thought-provoking question for the atheist. Then Newton continued, "That someone is God. You may call that higher power by any name you like." With this, the atheist had learned a valuable lesson which changed his entire perspective of life, universe, matter, and God. And one more thing. From where did Newton get the idea of the third law of motion? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It was from the Bhagavad Gita, says Swami. When we tell all these stories to children, the blossoming of human excellence will happen rapidly. These stories are like catalysts to the intuitive, inquisitive, and innovative minds of children, which transform them into kind-hearted kids, brimming with love and patience and kindness. Even gurus have to demonstrate such love, devotion, and compassion by following Bhuta Yajna, feeding animals, birds, and encouraging children also to do the same. It can be taught to them as a project work. In our next episode, let us learn some more interesting stories that promote good habits and habits of saving in children instead of wasting things. That's all for now. Offering these words at Bhagwan's divine lotus feet. Thank you all. Jai Sai Ram.